Hello again everyone, my name is Arios, and thank you for 200 subscribers. Now I know I hit this a little while ago, a couple of days ago actually. The reason why this is such a late video is because my analytics kept saying 199, and then the subscriber count kept saying 199, but then if you visited my channel it would say 200, so I wasn't really sure if that was the actual case, so I kind of held that a little bit. Along with that, and it's been kind of a rough week for me as a whole, but for all of you that made it this far, if you're a game developer and you're just here because I played your game, I appreciate what you do. I appreciate your development. If you're an actual fan or you just enjoy the kind of subpar reviews that I do, thanks for coming to watch. Again, if there's anything you like watching or if you have any suggestions, I'm always up to playing any of those. But I've said this before, and I predominantly do this as a hobby on the side. Unfortunately, though, last week I lost my job, so I'll have a little bit more time to record videos, but this is still a side thing for me. And I know one of the reasons why probably I don't do some major growth is because I don't stick with what's super popular right now, or I don't express a whole massive amount of emotions when I'm playing. I'm usually just playing for a sense of review, and that's just usually how I enjoy myself, is when I'm relaxing. And sometimes I'll play around with it. Like if it's just a completely goofy game, I always act completely different. But most games I like to give the developer an honest look into the game. Like I'd like to honestly give them my thoughts, anything I found about it, any recommendations about it, because this is partly because of this being my hobby, and because I also treat this as like me living vicariously through developers, because I got a development degree in a school that no longer exists, and in the area where I live there are very, very few game development jobs, if zero. I pretty much have to be a freelancer for the most part, which doesn't really pay any bills. So I got to the point where I was kind of just going day to day for a long time, and then finally I just got tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I went back to school. I got a certificate for software development. I found a software development job. And then I started doing, well, I mean, I've been doing this for a little bit, but I've been doing this on the side just for fun. I mean, I don't expect to get to, any point of making any money off of YouTube at this juncture. Not only because of YouTube's kind of iffy when it comes to paying their content creators, but just because this is still a hobby for me, and I'm still mainly doing this for assisting developers and to slightly entertain with what little entertainment I have to offer, because I'm terrible at just about everything when it comes to comedy. I'm just random, and I'll give some insightful comments here and there, but I'm not very good at it, and it's not something I care to practice. Not that I'm knocking practicing, but it's not something that I myself have a major interest in. I actually more enjoy the analytical side of the development process and the review process and playing it. So that's why I've been trying to get better at reviewing while playing, rather than just kind of synopsising at the very end. But that should be noticeable in the past couple of videos, in the past couple of months, that is. You'll also have noticed in the past probably month or two, I have gone between 4 and 5 videos a week, depending on how busy I am or how busy it is. And I bumped that up because I had the time, and I was spacing out how I was recording my videos versus putting them out. And that made it much easier for me to up it to at least 4 videos, 5 videos if I do a collaboration with someone, because then I can do a massive record and then kind of space that out. And collaborations are fun. Mainly I only play with friends at the moment. I was playing with Mulpy, but she's been fairly busy lately, from what I understand, and I haven't really found anybody else who would go for a smaller channel for a collaboration if it's not a sports game or something that I completely and utterly suck at, kind of situation. Because like I said, I just do this predominantly for fun, and development assistance kind of thing. I know that sounds like I'm making an excuse, but it's a good excuse, damn it. So screw you. But it has taken a while to get to this point. I've kind of been watching the subscriber count, and I did, like, after I hit 100, I did a good spike for a couple of months to about 170, 180, and then I just kind of teetered out for a while. So I just needed to find that next, indie game that kind of hit, or the developers appreciated and they shared, which most of the developers that I've actually played for have shared the videos, but it's one of those where a lot of the developers that I play games for are smaller developers, so they have a very small following in most cases, and it's one of those where I would have to get lucky if I wanted a massive expansion, but I'm not that worried about it, because I'm pretty sure if most people actually watch the videos, they would likely be disappointed in the fact that I'm not like super bombastic and overly entertaining or funny for that matter, because I suck at those kind of things, like I've said before. Yes, self-esteem away! But like I said, I do appreciate the fact that I've made it up to 200. I appreciate everyone that has helped or shared my videos or commented. If you've made suggestions on things, I have gone, I think I've downloaded and played every game that's been recommended to me. Even some developers have given me some of their game in a key code, and I've played that game. So I'm always up for playing an indie game, especially if it's a one that is a huge passion project for the developers. And you can usually tell by a combination of the artwork and how everything flows together, and by also reading the synopsis for the game itself. To me, that's how I can tell if the developers are really passionate about it. And I've also attempted to help kickstart some games, which I can only do so much, since I don't make all the gajillions of dollars. But I definitely have the ones that have Kickstarters that I've gone to and have really piqued my interest. I've kickstarted, or I've at least supported with a Kickstarter. So I'm excited to see a few games. I think there's like 3 games that should be coming out next year that I've helped kickstart, and there's one coming out later this week that I didn't get a chance to help kickstart because their Kickstarter was closed, but it's a game I played a while ago. I beat the demo probably about 3 months ago, and I'm excited to see what developers have done with the full game, because it's really cool to get this opportunity to play a game in early development, follow it the entire time, and then see it go full release. Because right now, Circle Empires and Pankapu are the only, or Circle Empires, Pankapu, Empires of the Undergrowth are the 3 bigger titles, and Niche were also the bigger titles that I've played early dev, and then I've seen the full release. So that's been fun to actually go along with that. I've never actually been that involved when it comes to a game. Like, even AAA titles that I want to play, I don't follow and I don't get the newsletter stuff, because I want a full organic experience. If I'm going to drop $60 on that game, I don't want to know anything going into it other than the fact that it's going to be a game that I'm enjoy. With indie games, the demo in most cases is never, or very little, like the main game. It's like one level, boom, released. The demos in AAA games, from what I've played, there's not a lot that changes from the demo to the full version. Maybe some balance changes, but I don't know. I'm talking out my ass again. I apologize. But again, thank you everyone who is subscribed to make 200 subscribers. If you are new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. But if you have any suggestions on games you'd like to play in the future, leave a comment down below, because we might play that game next time. See ya.